My drill sergeant walked into the barracks at 2 a.m. holding a baseball bat and grinning. Staff Sergeant Kelly had this look in his eyes that meant somebody was about to have the worst night of their military career. We were in week 6 of basic training at Fort Moore. Most of us had finally adjusted to the schedule, figured out the routine. Lights out at 2100, reveille at 0500. 8 hours of blessed sleep between getting our asses kicked. I was dead asleep when the fluorescent lights slammed on. Every recruit in the bay jolted awake like we'd been hit with electricity. Kelly stood in the doorway, Louisville Slugger resting on his shoulder, that terrifying grin spreading across his face. Rise and shine, ladies. We're going hunting. Nobody moved. We'd learned not to react until we understood what was happening. Kelly's midnight visits usually meant someone had screwed up big time and he was about to make all of us pay for it. He walked slowly down the center aisle between our bunks, boot heels clicking on the polished floor. The bat tapped against his leg with each step. Tap, tap, tap. See, there's been some interesting activity in our little home, he announced. Someone's been sneaking around after lights out, having themselves a grand old time while the rest of you sleep like babies. My stomach dropped. I'd been perfect for weeks. We all had. No contraband, no rule breaking, no drama. What could someone possibly be doing wrong? Kelly stopped at Tyler's bunk. Tyler was this farm kid from Iowa, quiet as a church mouse, never caused problems. He was sitting at attention, eyes wide with confusion. Private Hayes, Kelly said using Tyler's last name. You been having trouble sleeping lately? No, Staff Sergeant. Been sleeping fine, Staff Sergeant. Kelly nodded thoughtfully, then continued his slow walk. The bat kept tapping. More recruits were sweating now, everybody running through their recent actions trying to figure out who was guilty. He stopped at the end of the bay near the latrine. This is where it gets interesting, he said, because our midnight wanderer isn't just walking around. They're stealing. The word hit like a slap. Stealing was serious business. Court-martial serious. Someone's military career was about to end. Kelly raised the bat, pointing it toward the ceiling. Last 3 nights, food has disappeared from the day room. Protein bars, crackers, even some of those nasty energy drinks from the vending machine. Now I was genuinely confused. The day room was locked after 2100. Had been since day 1. Nobody could get in there without keys, and only the drill sergeants had those. But here's the really interesting part, Kelly continued. I set up a little surveillance system. Want to see what I caught? He pulled out his phone, tapped the screen. Even from my bunk, I could hear tiny scratching sounds coming from the speaker. Kelly held it up for everyone to see. There on the screen was grainy night vision footage of the day room. At first, I couldn't make out what was moving. Then I saw it. A fat raccoon waddling across the floor, dragging a package of crackers toward a hole in the wall near the heating vent. The entire barracks erupted in nervous laughter. A raccoon. We'd been terrorized over a raccoon. Kelly silenced us with one look. This isn't funny, ladies. This raccoon has been living in our walls for weeks, eating our food, leaving droppings everywhere, potentially carrying diseases. He hefted the bat. And tonight, we're going to evict our furry little friend. Hayes, grab your flashlight. Miller, you're with me. Everyone else, stay in your bunks and enjoy the show. The next hour was absolute chaos. Kelly, Tyler, and another recruit named Miller chased this raccoon all over the barracks with flashlights and that baseball bat. The animal was huge, probably 15 pounds, and not interested in leaving quietly. It knocked over trash cans, scattered cleaning supplies, and somehow got into the supply closet where it destroyed an entire case of toilet paper. Kelly swung that bat like Babe Ruth, missing every time while cursing in ways that would make a sailor blush. Finally, they cornered it near the exit. Tyler managed to prop open the door while Kelly and Miller used mops to herd it outside. The raccoon gave one final defiant chatter and disappeared into the night. Kelly walked back inside, sweaty and breathing hard, still holding the bat. He looked at all of us sitting in our bunks, trying not to laugh. Anyone asks what happened here tonight, you tell them Staff Sergeant Kelly handled a security breach with appropriate force. The bat stays between us. Next morning at Chow, word had spread to the other training companies. Kelly became a legend overnight. The drill sergeant who took a baseball bat to a raccoon at 2 a.m. and somehow made it sound like a tactical operation. 3 weeks later at graduation, Tyler's parents asked to meet the famous raccoon hunter. Kelly posed for pictures with that same Louisville Slugger, grinning just like he had that night in the barracks. The bat hangs in his office now with a small plaque underneath. Pest Control Specialist 2023.